Howdy there, Internet people. It's D again, and welcome to the Interstate with D. Today is Saturday, December 28th, 2024, and as y'all can probably tell, I'm a bit under the weather. But with that being said, welcome back to our trip on the Interstate. What we do here is present news from the state level that will end up having national importance later, or news that made it into the national news cycle but was overshadowed. Then we answer some questions from y'all. On this date, December 28th, in 1973, President Richard Nixon signed the Endangered Species Act into law. The law currently protects more than 1,600 plants and animals. Okay, and on to the news. In Alaska, a bird called the common murre is suffering the largest known die-off in history. It is due to warming ocean temperatures. Arkansas's attempt to basically criminalize being a librarian was struck down in a large part by a federal judge who said it was unconstitutional. The state's attorney general has promised to appeal. So at least for the moment, librarians won't be charged under the law. California is set to make it easier to build accessible dwelling units. That's what we call mother-in-law houses in the South. The idea is to use this to help address the housing shortage. In Guam, a number of Chinese citizens were detained near a military installation. The military was testing a missile system at the time. In Bangor, Maine, a local businessman stepped up to save Stephen King's radio station. Massachusetts governor spoke up about Trump's proposed tariffs, saying they would devastate the economy in the state. Montana has become the focal point of plans for the U.S. to obtain critical minerals as China imposes an export ban and the U.S.-Canadian relationship sours over Trump's random statements. Nebraska's governor was hospitalized after reportedly being thrown from a horse. Also in Nebraska, whooping cough cases are spreading around Omaha and Douglas County. In New Hampshire, Annie Custer, a 68-year-old Democrat who's represented a district there for 12 years, is retiring. She says she wants to set a better example and clear the way for younger generations. In New Jersey, a large sinkhole opened up under I-80. Great. New fear unlocked. A number of Tennessee laws will go into effect at the first of the year. Many are expected to create a lot of pushback during their implementation. One of the new laws will require social media companies to verify people's age and obtain parental consent for younger users. Another law will require identification for adults seeking to access, more grown-up. New York got its first white Christmas in 15 years. In Rhode Island, a man is set to enter a guilty plea on charges of setting fire to a black church way back in February. In South Dakota, there is a push to make it more difficult to become a resident of the state. There are concerns that people who live outside the state are influencing local elections. There's also a concern that some people are avoiding taxes by becoming residents of the state. Utah Representative Kara Birkeland, the architect behind the state's anti-trans laws, is resigning, citing family issues. A Virginia zoo saw the birth of a pygmy hippopotamus. And here's your weird state fact for this week. California has the first moving national landmark, the famed San Francisco cable cars. Okay, so moving on to the question and answer portion of the show. Question number 1. D. Settle it. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes. So is Trading Places, Gremlins, Batman Returns, You've Got Mail, Mean Girls, and pretty much the entire Gilmore Girls series. Question number 2. Do you have any idea on how long I-80 will be closed? I-80 eastbound will be closed until, quote, further notice. There isn't a clear answer yet. Question number 3. What would you do if you won the Mega Millions billion-dollar prize? That's an amount of money I can't even really picture. I'd like to think there would be some way to help a lot of people directly. It's just so much money when you really think about it. How do you even visualize that? I could give everybody in my town $100,000 and still have more than half of the money left over. Okay, that looks like it. We'll see you next week for another trip. Y'all have a good day.